Hello, this is Kelly Acheson coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today we're going to play with window sheets. Window sheets are often overlooked as something to make cards with, and I think they have a very unique quality and make your cards something out of the ordinary. So let's get started and I'll show you how I made this card. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a piece of window sheet that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and we are going to run it through the Big Shot in an embossing folder. Remember, you have to have one tab open. And let the magic happen. Can you see how pretty that is? All it's done is embossed the window sheet, but it's a really unique look. Okay, let's put our card together. Okay, what we're going to do here is we are going to stamp some flowers. I'm using the Something to Say stamp set. This has images that match the Itty Bitty Accents punch. There's a star, a heart, and this flower. So these stamps all match that, and then we've got a whole bunch of words here. Now I've taken my stamp and I've put an arrow on it because I know this is the way I can stamp it and my punch will fit in there. So we're just going to stamp up some flowers, and then we're going to use the flower punch from the Itty Bitty Accents punch to punch them out. And now I've got a piece that is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. We're going to stamp our greeting on there. The best way to adhere things to our window sheets is with mini glue dots. And then just like with vellum, I find it challenging to glue the actual piece, window sheet or vellum, down to my card because you can always see the adhesive that you use. So I'm going to show you how to conquer that problem. And I'm just putting my flowers in the middle of each element on this embossing folder. So that's what I've got so far. Now I'm going to bring in my next layer, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I don't want tape or glue or anything showing through on my window sheets. So what you're going to do is you're going to put glue dots behind your flowers. So no matter what images you put over top of your window sheets, you're going to put mini glue dots underneath the images so you can't see them. And I've got an 1/8 inch border around all of this. And I've cut this perfectly so that my greeting layer will fit on the bottom also with a an 1/8 inch border around it. Around all 3 sides here. Here's the front of our card. The next thing I added was some Melon Mambo ribbon. This is about 5.5 inches long, and when I put ribbon on my cards, I like to use real tape. I mean real tape, like Scotch tape. For those of you that would take a tape runner and run it over here, let me tell you something. I get a lot of swap cards that do that, and your ribbon falls apart. So how about this? Knock it off. I'm just kidding. I'm not being crabby, but it really does fall apart. So we're just going to glue these flowers on. And then we're going to take our card front, and I've taken a piece of 11 by 4 1/4 Whisper White thick cardstock, and I'm stamping my thank you on there. And then I want to add a few more flowers because I like to decorate up the insides of my cards too. Don't neglect them. They need to be pretty too. Now this thick Whisper White cardstock is something new with the recent catalog
from Stampin' Up. I really, really like it. Our Whisper White is amazing to stamp on. You get the best images, but it's not quite as sturdy when you're using it for a card base. This thick Whisper White cardstock makes a great card base. I encourage you to try it out. Much sturdier.
So here we have our card. It only took me a few minutes to make it, and I hope that you can see how neat this looks on film, because it sure is spectacular in real life. Thanks so much for stamping with me today. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be thrilled to earn your business. Pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com. I also have a website that you can go to, astampabove.com, where I share all kinds of ideas on there, and a video on how to make some spectacular card every Friday. Add a little sparkle to someone's day. Send them a card.